Hello, and thank you for joining my little page here and watching my tutorials. This is the first tutorial that I've done, and it's going to be pretty quick, pretty simple. I'm just going to make an 8x10 template and insert 3 photos into it from a photo shoot I did a couple of days ago. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to File, New. Hit the wrong button, didn't I? File, New, and I want it 10 inches wide, 8 inches high, 300 pixels per inch. Everything else looks good. White background. Okay. There's my page. I'm going to go ahead and set some grid lines on here. If you don't have your grids lines on, you can make sure that they are on by telling it to show guides, which is not showing out smart guides, and the ruler's already on. So the first thing you can do is click and drag, and I'm going to try to bring it in like a ½ inch from that border on each side, and top and bottom. So I have a relatively even edge around it. And since I'm going to have 3 pictures on here, I'm going to have a small vertical picture here, a small horizontal picture here, a small vertical picture here, and then a larger vertical picture here. So let me drag in for the larger picture. It's probably good enough, and give it a little space in between, and then go ahead and drop down my vertical here and here. Okay, once we have these guidelines set up, that'll help us give something to snap to. And I'm going to use the rounded rectangle tool, so it gives my edge a little bit of shape to it. And I've already got a style defined here, but I'll go ahead and turn that off for now. That way we can make the style at the same time. And get as close as you can to the intersection point, and it'll try to snap to it, hopefully. And same thing on the side here. So there's your first shape, and we'll go ahead and give it a style right now. Go down to the FX key down here. It'll give you your layer styles. And what I want to do is a bevel emboss. Size, I'm thinking about 40 probably. 30 is starting to look pretty good. So 29, 30. You can see it starting to show up on the edge here. Smooth inner bevel. I like my light coming from the upper left side, so 120 degrees is good. So we'll say OK on that, and that gives us our style for the first picture. Now what you could do is go ahead and make all of the shapes at once and then go back and load in your pictures, or you can do a shape and a picture and a shape and a picture and a shape and a picture. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make all the shapes at once, and then go through and make sure that I'm on each shape that I want it to apply to before I actually bring my picture in. So there we've got the 3, and you can see it already copied the style because it's one that I just defined. So for this picture, I want to have the large vertical picture on the right hand side. What I'm going to do is open and get thumbnail view so I can see what I'm looking for. As you can see, I've got quite a few pictures in here, and I'm going to pull this one in. and you can see it opens up in a new tab. I'm going to select all, so that everything's highlighted, go to the move tool, click and drag it over to my other folder, my other file, and then drop it in wherever. Zoom out a little bit so I can see the edges. Hold my shift key down to constrain it so that it doesn't get distorted, and drag it in. And once I have it, pretty close, doesn't have to be exact, go ahead and commit the transform, and then you can right click on the file in the layer palette and say create clipping mask, and it'll clip to the shape below it. So there's our first shape, first photo. You can see it's picked up the layer effects from the shape below it. Now go down to the next one, which will be the lower left corner. Close this image, open thumbnails, and it's kind of a nice one. I'll take that one. I'm trying to drag it and drop it. I just want to open it. You can also drag and drop from just on the PC, just your Explorer window. You can drag and drop your files in, and they will come in as smart objects, at least in CS5 and I believe CS4 and CS3. Not positive about that. I'm going back, select all, still in my move command, drag it here, drop it here, zoom out so I can see what I'm doing, scale it to where I want using the shift key so it doesn't distort. That's pretty good right there. Commit that. Right click on the folder, file, the layer name, that's it, and create clipping mask. So now we've got 2 of the 3 in. Let's go to the next one, which is the horizontal one up here. Close this, file, open, thumbnails, and I like that one, but she's kind of facing the wrong direction. I like that one too. I'll go ahead and use this one. Open it. Select all. Move it. Drop it. Zoom out. Transform. Commit. Zoom in so we can see a little more what we're doing. Right click, create clipping mask. Here we go. Now we've got all 3 images on here, and the next thing I'm going to do is go down to the bottom, create a new layer above the background layer, go to the effects on that, and what we're going to put in here is a pattern overlay. Is that right? Let's see. Yeah. Pick the pattern that you want. Which this one. I'm going to go with something that's similar to the brick up here. Patterns. Yeah, we'll just pick this one. Okay. Opacity's good. Scale. I think this is one that needs to be down at about 20. So we'll just go with 19. That's close enough for me. Say OK. And I don't want to see anything. Clear the style. What am I missing? Oh, I know. What I actually wanted to do was pattern. That's why it looked different. And here, grab it here and drop it down to, actually it doesn't look bad at 100% on there, so just go with that. Right, and there you have it, a quick little template, and I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and check back soon. Hopefully I'll have some more up here. My name is Jerry. You can check me out at rockin-photos.com or on Facebook /rockin-photos, or I think it's rockin.photos. Anyway, search for me. I'm there. Thank you.